What's going on, Jeromes? We are in the thick THICC of mock draft season, and we love highlighting some of the work from some of the great up-and-coming sites. The Draft Network is certainly among them, and also we like mock drafts that get our guys, which is fantastic. I mean, that's the bias, right? So, the Vikings, spoiler, take a center. John Michael Schmitz. Let's go. Let's go. So, starting off at the top of the draft, this is from Keith Sanchez over at the Draft Network. Ooh, 6.0. Man. Slacking. I'm on like 36.0. No big deal. Number one, the Raiders trade up with the Bears. I like it. Bryce Young going to Sin City, operating with Devontae Adams. That'll be fun. CJ Stroud goes to Houston. I like that fit a lot. Jalen Carter just goes to Arizona. They need a lot of pieces. And absent a trade down, just taking the best player on the board. Yes. Colts, Will Levis. So Shane Steichen working the work that he did with Jalen Hurts. I think that there's a lot of crossover between Hurts and Levis. Hurts, obviously a better runner. Levis does have that upside with the big arm, though. So I think that's going to be a super interesting matchup there. 5, I mean, the Seahawks just have Will Anderson falling to the left. The Seahawks just get good players because of the quarterback tax. That happens. Gonzalez goes to the Lions. I hate it. Paris Johnson goes to the Bears, so they're getting some protection for Justin Fields after they trade down with the Raiders. 8, the Falcons keep Broderick Jones in state, getting some protection for Desmond Ridder. 9, the Panthers. So, I mean, they could have gone Richardson, but they go Miles Murphy, so putting him opposite of Brian Burns, that is gross. That is gross, man. 10, the Eagles, with that extra first-rounder from the Saints, a luxury pick, Bijan Robinson replacing Miles Sanders. That's gross. That's gross. Skornowski replacing Taylor Lewan in Tennessee. Quentin Johnston and Bryce Young go do some. CJ Stroud go do some good things in Houston. 13, Dawad Jones. So they're probably going to sign Derek Carr and absent trading for Aaron Rodgers. Which if they trade for Rodgers, they're probably giving up this 13 pick. But Dawad Jones, since the Mekhi Becton experiment, and the Patriots just get Tyree Wilson falling to them. What the hell, man? What the hell is going on here? The Packers actually make a smart pick, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So Smith and Jigba work in the slot, and they got Watson on the outside, and then you got Dubs flying around. I mean, that's pretty good for Jordan Love. Devin Witherspoon goes to the Commies. So they've taken care of their slot in back-to-back first round, opposite sides. So John Dotson last year out of Penn State. Now Devin Witherspoon, well, I mean, beyond the slot. Like, you just play wherever. I like that, though. 17, this is fun. All right, so Joey Porter Jr. going to the Steelers, the team that his dad rocked for a number of years as a great linebacker for the Steel Curtain Redux. Yeah, so Joey Porter. The Steelers need help all over the place, whether it's O-line, whether it's D-line, whether it's cornerback, so can't really go wrong here. 18, the Lions get Brian Bruzzi. So the Lions get Gonzalez and they get Bruzzi. That's so stupid. I hate it. Van Ness goes to the Bucks. Anthony Richardson goes to the Seahawks. Again, Seattle just sits back, and they get Will Anderson and they get Anthony Richardson, who could sit behind Geno for a year or two. I hate everything. 22, Musgrave off the board going to the Chargers. 23, Zay Flowers goes to the Ravens. Lamar finally gets a playmaker, even though hopefully Bateman will be healthy. Although what Monken can do with Flowers, that'll be interesting. 24, the Vikings get John Michael Schmitz, center from the Gophers. This is what he wrote. John Michael Schmitz is one of the biggest risers after the Senior Bowl, and the Vikings desperately need a versatile interior offensive lineman to upgrade that position. The Vikings need to add an element of toughness to their offense to be able to impose their will running the football. Schmitz should help them doing both things. Yes. Yeah, and as much as people may want a wide receiver in this spot, even though the wide receivers, there's a mini run or corner. Cam Smith is still on board. Kyle Blue Kelly, this is the first I've seen him in the first round. Kaylee, Ringo from Georgia, obviously. Brian Branch is the one that gives me cause for pause, because if Brian Branch is on board, I am smashing the card up there, because I think that he would be perfect as the versatile chess piece on the back end of Brian Flores' defense, man. Gibbs, first round. I mean, the Bengals may have to cut Joe Mixon as a cap casualty. It's kind of crazy. Derek Hall going to the Saints. I hate this. So Kansas staying in state, going to Philly, and just having him on the defensive line as an adjunct piece, him and Jordan Davis long term. I hate it. Man. Anton Harrison as heir apparent to Zeus on the offensive line, or maybe Wiley if they lose him for agency. But the Vikings getting John Schmitz here, Minnesota Golden Gophers, and beyond him just being a local kid, Sky Uma. Oh, by the way, so I'm not really like a Gophers diehard fan. I'm more of like a geographical default fan. And we went to a game this year, and it was a lot of fun. But the Gophers fight song needs some work, man. Where it's so they spell out Gophers Gophers, Minnesota, yay, Minnesota. Where I understand tradition, bro. We gotta workshop that. Like, who's intimidated by Minnesota? Yeah, Minnesota. Get out of here. Like, we need some drowning pool. Let the bodies hit the floor. Or something like that. I don't know, man. I'm not an alumni. Well, I kind of am, so whatever. But, John Michael Schmitz, beyond him being a Gopher, I think he would be a fantastic addition to the offensive line. I don't want them to re-sign Bradbury. Hey, you know that guy who's older and a one-year wonder and has a bad back and is going to get paid $10 million plus per year? Yeah, move on. But just having that anchor, not being pushed around on the offensive line, need that. So I'm all down to clown for John Michael Schmitz at 23 if that's how the board breaks. But like I said, Cam Smith would be tempting. Brian Branch certainly would be tempting, but I know it's not a sexy pick, but it's a need that the Vikings certainly have, and also Schmitz could be at the top of the Vikings board. So it's one of those things that you're drafting BPA as well as drafting for need, even though for me, Brian Branch would be, yeah, whatever. Anyways, your thoughts are our thoughts. The Draft Network's latest mock draft. Vikings go with John Michael Schmitz and secure the center position. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts and their thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.